Human relations, love in this age, is it still sustainable, emotional, material, still exists or doesn't exist at all? Some of the questions that we are going to debate in this new edition of the international show World Talent. Our great guest, one of our permanent speakers and great expert, bestseller author, J.S. Wolf, live from Cairo. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you, Saeed. It's always nice to talk to you.
Pleasure. This is Saeed coming to you live from Montreal, Canada. And as I said, we are talking about human relations in this special edition. Tell me, what is your sense of love, how to find it, please, and how to feel about finding the real one, please, if there's anyone.
Right. Well, it's definitely a big subject. And I'm gonna open with an old cliche simply because it's true. And the place you find love is inside you. And when you are in a state of love, you vibrate. It's a high vibration energy. You're not in anger, you're not in fear, you're not in frustration. You're just in love and peace, and you love yourself, you take care of yourself, you chase your dreams, and you really feel fulfilled. And when you vibrate at that level of energy, then you attract other people that are on the same level of that energy. So when two people come together, they recognize parts of who they are in the other, reflected back. So you meet someone and suddenly you feel this state of euphoria, and it's love, and you're really, really happy together, and there is no pretense, there is no demand. It really, really feels like home. And when that happens, what you need to understand is that it's not necessarily it's not like another person came into your life and then you knew what love is. It's just this person was the trigger to show you how much love you embody within yourself. So
yeah,
it's something that you will never question. You would not question whether it's love or not when it's real. Once you question it, then you have your answer. It's probably not.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a lot of great philosophy. Thank you so much for that. So
I'm not an expert on love or anything. I'm just expressing my thoughts on the subject.
okay, and what about, yeah, I don't know, because this is when it becomes disease and when it becomes energy, and how to make a difference between those two separate things, especially when you think that you are loving someone and you find yourself by the end of it that you are just loving yourself and the other person is not ready to go up to that next level that you were dreaming or thinking of, and just you get disappointed again. You say, oh, this is one of those moments.
Yeah, I think it's the deepest pain that we go through, and it's not necessarily a bad thing in the big picture, but in the moment it's like we cannot listen to any advice, we cannot listen to any kind of wisdom, because it has nothing to do with logic. Love by nature has nothing to do with being logical or pragmatic or wise. We can behave quite crazy when we love somebody and then it turns into something different, and then the ego comes into play, and then all kinds of then people start to have a power struggle, and that's when the love gets lost.
Okay.
So sometimes yes, you're gonna meet someone and you're gonna really love them. If you really, really love them and you're in a healthy state of love, you're gonna feel pain, but you're not gonna behave like an addict, you see. And if you do, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because it's part of the learning process. If we do behave in crazy ways to try to keep someone in our lives, it's also because we're all kind of trying to figure out our I'm really sorry about the dogs. It's I don't know
It's
what to do
okay.
now.
It's another,
Uh,
okay. Animals love. It's okay. It's okay.
yes,
But the thing
animal
is,
love.
yeah, the thing is, for example, if this is going to bring us pain, then better not to do it even. And it's
Yeah, but then you
heartbreaking
might.
experience. If it is going to lead to heartbreaking experience, then better without it.
No, it's not better at all.
Mm.
Actually, you might as well not live. It's okay to fall in love. It will happen. We all get disappointed, but it's an opportunity to figure out with yourself who you are and why these triggers are happening, and what are you doing that is causing you to keep even attracting the same partner with just with a different face. You know, like, yeah, like if you fall in love with somebody, you cannot enter that space wondering when, how is my heart going to get broken, because then you're not going to be able to enjoy the person at all. So the key is to really find your integrity and your confidence and your self-love, so that when somebody else leaves, you don't collapse altogether. It doesn't. But if you do collapse, it's also an opportunity for you to heal your own wounds. I think the biggest blessings I've had in my life were thanks to heartbreaks,
Oh, really?
as horrifying as they were.
If there's anything
It,
positive in heartbreak, if there's anything positive there,
yes, I
so
really
why
think
people
when
are
you,
afraid of being committed to any emotional or loving experience that can lead to breakdown or
because their egos are very fragile, because love requires you to surrender and let go. And
to
people are
surrender.
really, if you are driven by I really want to be in control,
Yeah, we don't want to surrender to anything. No.
yeah, but then you're gonna, like, there is this amazing quote, like this Buddhist quote that says, let go or be dragged. You're
Then
not in control anyway.
then better be drugged then.
No. You don't want to be dragged. No, it's vicious. It gets vicious.
I don't know. I don't know. Really, this is you are complicating our life every time you are going complicating our life. Thank you so much for
No,
that
I'm
complication.
actually
Anything?
simplifying.
Uh,
I'm simplifying your life. I'm saying just let go, enjoy the moment, fall in love, and just make sure you don't project on the other person.
all right.
You want to hear something I think is interesting.
Okay. Tell me.
Okay, you know when people get married and then one person cheats
And get disappointed. Yeah. Welcome to that. Welcome to that.
and they
Okay.
get cheat. You know, you want to know why people cheat?
Welcome to
It's
that. Welcome to that.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we
Welcome to
can
that.
come to
Right
that
now,
later.
let's tell in the love energy first, please.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for me, the love energy, love is the source of everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's how we can really be at our absolute best. We can, when we love each other properly without projecting our wounds on each other, it's the amount of power you have together is incredible. It's indescribable. Imagine two people coming together, cheering each other on, making each other better and bigger and more successful at everything, and really enjoying life together like life partners.
Yeah, welcome to that. That's a lot of idealism too. People right now are loving you for something you don't know most of the time.
Not everyone,
Yeah,
there's a
I
lot
say
of
generally
people.
speaking, of course, there's over generalities here and over
Yeah.
sweeping generalization and there are special exceptional cases that are real and true. But the majority of people, they don't love you for who you are. They love you
Yeah,
for
but then
another
you don't
reason.
need them.
And maybe that reason, when it is not there, they will not be there too. So that will
That's
take,
fine, but you
yeah.
don't have to keep them in your life. You don't have to keep them. You can just move on and be yourself, and make sure that your energy is in a good place so
Yeah,
that you can meet.
move on is another struggle. Okay, let's say why we keep similar
Yes.
partners. Yes,
Why we attract similar partners?
yes, please, and keep them. Yeah. or try to keep them if we can.
We try, but we
Mm.
usually we
We
don't. I
fail
mean,
most of the time. Yeah, I know.
I think how we choose partners, as long as we're not conscious of it, we're not conscious of who we are and our own patterns. I really believe that we attract the partners that resembles the parent that we need to forgive the most.
Mm.
The wound, whether it's a mother wound or a father wound. And because we are looking for, we're looking for home, okay? But if home was a really unsafe, painful place, you're gonna invite in partners that will repeat that pattern, because that's where you feel at your comfort zone, until one day hopefully you wake up and you're like, oh my god, I don't want to replay my family dynamic anymore, because it's not it's not healthy. And then you end that pattern so that you can choose a partner from a healthy state. And I really think when people choose partners later in life rather than their 20s or 30s, they do a much better job, because they've been through their self-discovery first.
All right. Okay. It's all about that self-discovery first. Then why we are repeating that pattern, especially in breaking down, breaking heart, and then the wounds, and how to heal all of this. It's
This is
very tough tonight. You are really going to be tough with us. Combination of all of this, breakdown, heart. You are
well,
going with all
yeah,
of us.
yes.
And then
It's
after this, we go for wounds again. Why we are repeating this patterns when it is painful already in the past?
because the patterns take time to heal. We're actually, human beings are quite resilient, and the human heart is extremely resilient, because if you only knew how much we carry of emotions in ourselves, and we still able to stand on our legs and walk, I really think it's a miracle. Human beings are a lot more powerful than they think they are.
Great.
uh, it's just the comfort zone. Like, you gotta stop the pattern. You have to make a conscious decision, and even when you do, you fall back. It's a spiral, you know, like, you don't, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna change now and then boom, I changed. No, it's a process. But it just gets easier. The more conscious and aware you become, it gets easier with time. Instead of becoming suicidal over lost love, you feel a lot of pain, but then you know how to channel it in a healthier way without going nuts.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. Okay. What about the ambulance in energy, in masculinism, feminism, all of that great controversial debate over there? Please.
I think that the balance between embodying both the masculine and feminine energies, um, it's meant to be harmonious. Like, we're not supposed to fight each other. I'm woman and you're man. And because the men have been suffering so much, they are taught not to feel their emotions. They're taught that men don't cry, men don't complain,
Yes,
don't
we
get
do.
hurt.
We do. We do, but we do it alone. And we
Exactly,
hide it. Yes.
which is very
We hide our
unhealthy.
fragility. That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but actually, to show your vulnerability is strength. It's not weakness. Weakness is when you hide from your emotions or hide it from people and never share it. That's weakness, because you're too afraid to show it. Uh, then what happens is they project just shadow on each other, and then the whole marriage just ends up not working out at all.
All right. Thank you so much.
So
And
but the power couple is very different. They behave very different. They are life partners.
all right. Thank you so much. And then that will take us to another question: how to teach our children to find the love of their life if we fail most of the time, as we do.
I think the best thing you can do for your children is your presence. is when
Mm.
you're sitting with them, you're actually present. It's not, and also children imitate energy. They don't listen to what you tell them. They usually gonna rebel, like we all did, and they're not gonna listen to you if you warn them against a certain person they chose. They have to, you have to show them how much they are loved and how worthy they are at home, how much the parents love them. And I'm not saying that the parents have to be perfect couple situation. Sometimes if people are divorced but they remain civil with each other and allow both parents to see the kids, and they can be friends and on good terms, then the child will be much better off than watching love die in the home.
Great.
Or don't fight in front of the children. Don't, just embody that love energy and support them no matter what.
Okay. So we are still even finding that child within ourselves, even. Okay,
Yeah.
even we are, no matter how old or adult we might think that we
The
are,
child is still
maturity will
there.
never be enough. So uh, we say we have to find perfection in our imperfection, even. Okay. So
Yes,
coming
yeah.
to the other issue is narcissism versus love, self-love, please. What's your intake on that?
Well, self-love is not selfish. It's actually the
Compared to
fact that
narcissism, yes, yes.
narcissism is self-loathing.
Hmm.
People think it's extreme self-love, but it's actually self-loathing. They
Okay,
hate themselves. And
really.
narcissists are built on shame.
Mm.
And shame is the most toxic emotion that we could have. And that's why a lot of people use shame to control another person. So they
Okay,
shame you, like you have to dress a certain way, you have to behave a certain way, otherwise you're going to be shunned. You should be ashamed of yourself. And when we live in a toxic shame culture,
mm-hmm.
which is something all the whole world is using, we're breeding narcissists. And narcissists are not only people that have a big ego, like egomaniacs and loud. There's like 7 types of narcissists. So some of them are the victims, the vulnerable ones, vulnerable narcissists, the ones that are always playing the victim card, that's always sulking. They use passive aggressive attitude. they don't they're not loud, they're not flamboyant, they don't dress and like the spotlight. So ego can behave as very loud, but it can also behave as something very victim mentality.
Great. How to stay away from the shame, please, or being shameless or shame it.
I think this is the biggest cancer that our ancestors had passed down
Mm-hmm.
for all of us. Um, Shame, you know what heals shame the most
Mm-hmm.
is when you meet someone, like if you have a good friend or a family member or a lover or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they see you fully and they show you empathy,
Mm-hmm.
and they love you because of your imperfections.
Great.
So we do need the support network. We cannot do it alone. Shame is really deep rooted, and it's very sad because most people are built on shame now, and that's not enough. They continue to shame each other. You have kids, like teenagers, shaming the kid that doesn't want to smoke with them or doesn't want to drink. They shame the woman for dressing too revealing or for being veiled,
Mm-hmm.
or shame a guy for showing emotion. Like it's all shame, shame, shame. So you have to start with yourself and stop shaming yourself,
Okay.
because shame means, what shame does is the scenario is I am bad. But guilt says I did something bad. So I could do something bad, but shame is saying that I am a bad thing. I am entirely bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how shame, like, you cannot connect your mistakes with your worth, because we all make mistakes.
Okay, in health term, in a health condition, how you can love yourself, your family, and your beloved one soundly and rationally and emotionally in a very clean, healthy, humanly best term.
Well, I would like first take the time to heal myself and be aware, at least, that because nobody's going to be perfect all the time, to catch myself when I'm projecting. If I feel negative energy, or if I feel stressed, then I would stay away from people until I feel better, so that I don't take it out on anybody. um, you look at them with the eyes of empathy to understand what they want, because people are always, when people freak out in some way, it's because they want something and they're not getting it. So all you need to do is figure out what they want, and really what they want, not what they say they want, what they really want. Some people would yell it and scream at you, uh, and they're very angry, but in reality all they want is to be heard or to be loved. So see what they want and try to provide it, but also don't become an enabler. Like, you have to sometimes let people figure it out on their own, and that's love as well.
Okay. And if that lead to heartbreak, what are the syndrome there and how to go about healing it all with the minimum damages, emotionally and humanly speaking, please?
It varies really from person to person. A heartbreak syndrome is very real. It mimics heart attack and panic attack. Like, you could end up in the emergency room thinking you're getting a heart attack, and it's only like it was just heartbreak syndrome. But the stress, if it's repeated too often, it can manifest physically eventually. So I would say, I would ask people to please be gentle with other people's emotions. Just be honest, tell people what you want, and it's a very real syndrome, heartbreak syndrome. Like, cheating causes trauma, lying, constantly gaslighting can drive people crazy. So, and also I would tell other people that maybe are victimized by that to really strengthen themselves and love themselves and respect themselves enough to just remove anyone who's abusive in that manner, because I believe that life is beautiful and there are beautiful people out there, and take everybody as a teacher. And once you figure out what is my lesson, what is the universe trying to teach me, your whole mindset changes, because now you're looking for a lesson.
Great. Thank you so much for all of that. Okay. And why people are cheating their partners? What motivate them to do it? And what they are after in that, what they call whatever adventure or
Hmm.
change or different environment or different experience. What?
Yeah, well, some people have an ego problem. Like, they just want to prove that they can get anybody, and they're really like that cool, which is not cool at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, it screams insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand that sometimes it could happen that two people are in the same place and then they get drunk and something happens. Yeah, okay, it's different than the person who's deliberately out to hunt a million people just because they want to prove something to themselves. In any case, the real reason people cheat is because when you meet somebody and they reflect back an aspect of yourself that you haven't discovered yet, and you fall in love with that reflection. And then when you stay together for long enough, after a while the familiarity starts to get to you. Like, there's no excitement anymore, there is no new information, there is nothing. You feel like you're separated from yourself. Like they say, I don't know who I am anymore, like I lost my identity in this relationship. So they go and meet somebody else who reflects something new. So the key to just help a bit with, like, just don't, cheating is not an option because it's very selfish. And be single. If you want to be around with different people, then just be single. Don't drag somebody into this drama because it's not okay. However, if some people understand that all they need is just to discover more sides of themselves, then they can work with their partner and really make it fun. Just because you're married doesn't mean that you have to be boring or trying to control each other. You get into a relationship so that, because relationship magnifies our existing emotions. So if you're going into a marriage and you're already looking to get something, not to add value, we should go into a relationship thinking, I have this love to give to this person. I'm not going in because I want this person to be responsible for my happiness, because nobody can be responsible for our happiness if we're not happy.
So what is the added value in a relationship, whether it is marriage or not, please?
The added value is, if I really love somebody, I want to go in and really make their life better. We want to have fun, we want to laugh, we want to have adventures together. Maybe I want to cook, I want to do whatever that's going to make my partner comfortable. I want to champion his work and his career and just elevate the quality of his life. But if I go in thinking, oh my God, I have this hole in my heart and I feel so insecure and so unloved, so I need a man to just make me happy, then I'm just going to become needy and a taker. So you have to both enter thinking of, what can I give this person? And also, how can we have fun? And how can we help each other discover who we are, without having to look for other people to do it?
And if the partner is not responding in the same manner as you did,
then you cannot force anybody to do anything.
then you will get disappointed again, break heart again.
It depends on your expectations. Mind your expectations. And if you do love a person, I'm talking very idealistic. I could actually just break down at the thought of this kind of heartbreak. However, if I keep asking a person to be in my life when they don't want to, then do I really love the person?
I don't know.
That's the question. No,
maybe you
I
love
can
yourself and trying to, I don't know.
Yeah, but
maybe
then
you want to
that's
prove
very,
something to yourself. Yeah, it's up to you. It's up to him. I don't know. It's a whole
it's up to both people. You
mysterious,
cannot
yeah, very
force.
mysterious experience, yeah.
It's People are very complicated. We're
Definitely,
all
yeah.
complicated. So it's
Definitely,
not.
yeah.
There is no black and white answer to this. But I think that from my experience, you can never nag anyone into staying. Nobody ever stayed because of that.
Yeah, I know a proper one should be liberation first, and then you should go on because you want to come back.
Yeah.
Refresh it. But when you feel that you are already in a kind of jail or a sense of imprisonment, then you will try to escape. I don't know where to get that escape, or whether it is temporary in your imagination or in your literature or in your reading or whatever you are doing, but always getting back that healing experience again, which is, as you said, is very personal in nature.
It's very personal, and also, even if somebody stays, because they feel obligated to stay, then both people are going to be very unhappy people. And they're going to be very resentful towards each other, instead of just saying, all right, like, we've done this thing, let's not destroy each other and walk our separate ways in peace, you know. But of course, we have so many emotions, we have so many wounds, and love is one of these things that it's so hard for us to surrender as human beings. We find it really, really difficult.
Okay,
But I
so
think the practice can make it a bit easier with time, and also with maturity as we grow older, you know.
yeah, the problem is age doesn't guarantee anything. It doesn't mean that we are aged then we get mature. No,
It's not the age, it's not the number, it's the work you do.
the behavior. Yeah.
Time.
Mm.
Yeah, because time doesn't heal anything. It's about the work you do in that time. So
Okay.
you can spend the rest of your life, you're not achieving anything. It's not about time, it's about your conscious effort to heal.
Okay, so this is taking me to happiness. What is your perspective of happiness and how to keep it? Certain people say, don't go anywhere. Happiness is inside you again, like anything else in this psychology or philosophical teaching that you are bringing. But when you get inside you and you don't find it, so where to get it?
Well, happiness is in the simple things. I can
Yeah.
say, like, we have beautiful nature. It's simple, little simple things. Like every day, you do things that you love to do. You do the work that you love to do. You find your purpose. You serve others. You become useful to the world. And just connecting with a tree, eating your favorite meal, eating ice cream, you know,
Oh,
and sitting with animals, that's fun, or children, and playing and creating. You can, if you are, you know what, there are people that are just unhappy no matter how much they have around them, because they're very ungrateful. And there are people that don't have much, but they have grateful hearts, and they know how to be content and at peace.
oh, that's a great word to hear. Very nice to hear. But the thing is, you are telling people to connect with the tree whispering tree whisper or whatever, when they are failing to connect even with a human being. So you are
They don't
giving us
have to.
extra homework when we fail to do a
No,
basic one.
I'm not saying everybody has to do that. But actually, it's easier to connect with animals and nature than with other human beings.
My baby is coming. Hello.
Oh my
Hello.
God.
Oh, say hi.
Hi,
Hello.
baby,
Hi.
you're so cute.
She was sleeping.
Oh my God,
Okay.
what's her name?
This is baby Aisha. She wants to talk on the mic. She's going to be a great
Hi,
journalist.
baby Aisha. You're going to be
Hello.
a great
Hi.
journalist. Hi.
Hello. Yeah, she's speaking to the world. Hello.
You like flowers?
Yeah, sure. She's a
Yeah,
flower
look.
herself.
Look,
Hello,
there's
babe. Say hi.
flowers.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hello.
You're so tiny and cute.
Okay, she's waving now.
I've known Judita for many years now. We actually went to the same school and we were classmates at a certain time. We also were on the same school bus. We might have not been close friends at that time, but I remember very much her beautiful and peaceful smile from back then. Years have passed until we got reconnected over the social media and started communicating again. I've seen a very loving, compassionate, and generous side of her. I truly honor our relationship and hold it very dear to my heart.
Hey Jay, how are you? What do I have to say about you? All good things. I still remember the first time I saw you. You came, you were still very young and still in your school uniform. But what I remember is always your smile. You had this incredibly innocent smile, exactly for a young teenager. And yeah, life got us apart. for like what we say, long time. We don't need to say the how much. But then I saw your ad of your new book, The Unfolding, and so I came to your signing. And of course, you didn't recognize me, so I just observed you for 5 minutes. And still, you had this incredible, innocent, cute smile that was the same smile that I saw long time ago. I wish you all the best. Lovely book, very informative, to the point. I loved it. And for more books to come and more success.
Hello, Judita. Congratulations on your new book. I'm so excited for you. They say when the student is ready, the teacher appears. In this video, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for teaching me how to connect to my body, how to connect to my emotions, how to meditate and connect to my soul, how to shade the layers and becoming the authentic me, becoming the true essence. I hope people in Egypt take advantage of your knowledge, because the world today, especially today, needs more people like you, more healers, more authentic, conscious people like you. I am sure everyone who wants to be more conscious, who wants to evolve, will get a lot of knowledge and informations from you. Again, I'm so proud of you, and I'm very grateful you come across my path, and I can't wait to see you soon, inshallah. Have a great day, and I wish you a lot of success.
Of course, I'm really touched, and I'm gonna try not to cry. You know,
Okay,
get
not
emotional.
tonight, not on my show. Okay, so as we said, we have to be strong, especially on camera. When we go off, no problem, we will cry. I will do my crying too, no worries.
But crying is strength too. That's
Yeah,
my
all right.
philosophy. You know that.
Okay.
But you know, I mean, I really appreciate it. I'm very touched because it's of course very sweet. I also feel seen, and this is something definitely to be grateful for. And I'm really grateful that I was given the opportunity to play a positive role in their lives. Thank you for commenting on my smile. I do like to smile a lot. And Fatma said, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, and she is definitely a great example, because when I first met her until today, she has really evolved so fast. So tremendous journey she went through. She's a very strong spirit, mashallah, and she really did. She was receptive to the lessons, because you know something, they always say, like, if we both read a book, the same book, we're gonna get a very different story, because the way we receive information is based on how much it's easier to judge because they're scared of it.
Great. All right. Another one says, beyond you and I, the we and everything else disappears. Close your eyes and see. JS Well.
This
For
is
me,
the surrender.
sometimes it's so hard to see, even when we are opening our eyes, not to mention when we are closing them, what we are going to say.
You see more
You see the
with eyes
unseen.
closed. No, you see much more with your eyes closed.
Oh, that's imagination. I don't
No,
see anything.
well, I mean, close your eyes intentionally, not like not snoozing.
Okay.
I mean, close your eyes so that you're not impacted by the visions of the world and the this whole theater. You're going within where everything is properly seen, and I'm really sorry to say that no one will really understand this unless they've witnessed it themselves. There aren't any words I can say that will help people understand it unless they experience it themselves, and I think they can. Everybody can.
Great. I like that word when you say you can see more when you are closing your eyes to see the
Yes.
world properly. Very great saying. Another one use another quote is selfishness will do just that. You will be left to yourself.
Yes.
What does that mean?
If you're only thinking about yourself and you only want to take and manipulate and use people, then you're going to be really, really alone. Because what selfish people don't understand is that when they are givers, they get much more of what they want.
Okay.
So selfishness is actually a self-destructive act before it ever hurts anybody else.
All right. Another one say interrupt suffering with a cosmic sense of humor.
Yeah.
What
We
does it mean?
gotta laugh, because if this whole life is people, it's all about perception. You can see it as a tragedy, or you can see it as a comedy, or you can see it
I see both.
as a mixture of both. Exactly. And from drama, even in movies and stuff, great comedy comes from deep suffering.
Oh, I like that.
and
Well said.
and drama is is a much better drama when you put some humorous elements into it. Life is both.
All right.
And when the faster you learn how to laugh at yourself and laugh sometimes.
And what's the final idea of the book now? To simplify it, yes, please.
To simplify, the book is a memoir of a very it's a life that is, I call it colorful and festive, when I really mean that it's filled with crazy experiences and traumas and being exposed to crime and a lot of heartache, a lot of losses. But then I found the path to heal myself from it. And if I can do it, then anybody can.
How you were able to heal yourself when we are exposed to crime, and what kind of nature of crime that you were exposed to, please?
Okay, I encountered, I had a stalker for 2 years who pretty much destroyed my life at the time. I was held at gunpoint twice. And one of the times I actually burst into laughter, and that time was the very first time, which was very unexpected. I didn't know I was going to do that. But for some reason, I followed my intuition. I knew how to behave and how to get away. I had to jump out of a speeding car. There was so much. I don't want to give away all the stories of the book. I also it didn't really have a deep connection with. I mean, I had a very deep connection with my father, but he wasn't there. And so many different wounds, so many, and I was ostracized. I was judged very harshly, because people find it easier to blame the victim or demonize the victim because they don't know how else to process the information. And I decided to write this book because I want to tell people they have to own their stories and step into the power of their story and not allow anybody else to tell it on their behalf, because most of it is lies anyway, because nobody lived through it. And when it comes to healing, I have so many people to be grateful for. I was so lucky to meet incredible people. I was very receptive to them. One of them is hypnotherapist Pierre-Etienne Vanier, the one you interviewed the other night. And and my best friend, who was like, he is so incredible, like the most incredible guy I've ever known. Like he was so patient with my process, and kept reminding me that that I deserve better, you know, and pushed me to write and to succeed, and to be at my best all the time. My brother is another incredible human being. I seriously, and he's so funny as well. Like, so yeah, so I'm so grateful for him. I don't think I would have finished my journey without these people. And I also went to I turned to shamanic medicine. I did ayahuasca, which is so powerful, so beautiful. And I'm forever grateful for these experiences with ayahuasca um, and magic mushrooms, because they do heal people. They heal all kinds of traumas. They heal